Thank you all for coming. Others may join us as we're talking. I'm Bob Turner, you're there. And this is town hall meeting. This is our sort of first town hall for this council. The last council we had a town hall. Some might consider the turf field big meeting that we held last month another sort of form of very sort of specifically focused town hall. But one of the goals of this council really is to communicate better with the public. And what a town hall fundamentally does is allows the public to speak on any subject to council. We're here to listen, council, staff, and through that process, we hope to improve sort of the way that the community sort of directs the priorities of council. So that's really the intention. So today is an effort to sort of further that. What we did want to do today is sort of give the community an update and then turn it over to open questions. And the two updates we thought were quite relevant were, one, the budget that this council has been working on for 2009. It's a 5-year plan, but our real focus is on 2009. And the second is sort of the strategic plan. And what we're setting as priorities, or call them draft priorities, because we're here to talk about them. And also other issues that are on our table that we're dealing with now or soon to deal with. The turf field is a big one, and the Cape Roger Curtis planning process is a big one. But really what I'd like to accomplish is to give you a quick update what's council been up to for the last 100 days, or our first 100 days. So how we're going to do that, we're going to do a little bit of introductions first, then Joanne Cunday, who is our Director of Finance, is going to give a sort of 20-minute presentation on the budget. Then we'll take questions on the budget, and then I'm going to follow that with sort of a 20-minute presentation on sort of the first 100 days, what we've been up to, strategic plans, other issues. And then we'll take questions on that, and then we'll just take questions on anything. So the goal is, to hear from you. Now, you may have to leave. You may have to leave, and you may be worried that you only can be here an hour. You want to ask a question. So after Joanne has sort of done her presentation, we'll have questions regarding the budget. But if you've got another question, if it has to happen before my presentation, let's hear it. So we can deal with those if you have to leave. If you've got time just to wait and listen to my presentation, great. But the hope is that we can sort of give you some information that will inform your questions. That's the real goal of that presentation. So just to start, let's do some introductions of the crew, the municipal crew. We have sort of most of our senior staff here in council. Just sort of sweep along the table there.
Michael Rose, I'm the planning consultant for the municipality.
Jason, I'm the community planner for the municipality.
Brian Kirk, the administrator.
Maris Poole.
Paul Lucas, councillor.
David Brinton. David Brooke.
Allison Morse.
David Grinch.
Kathy Lalonde, corporate officer.
To everybody who didn't say who they were, our councilors.
You already told her.
Introduce yourself, please, Joanne.
I'm Joanne.
Okie doke.
And Dale.
Dale, our faithful minute taker. So, Kathy, can you just sort of talk a bit about logistics?
First of all, we have, as you walked in, we have copies of our previous two links, which are electronic email newsletters. And if you're interested in signing up, they come out quarterly. The sign-up sheet up front. If you're not comfortable speaking directly to council and you prefer comment sheets, we have comment sheets at the back there that you can fill out. And after the presentations, I'll gather the comment sheets and we'll read them out from here and ask council the questions. If we have anybody hearing impaired, we have the infrared system set up and we have the microphone or the headphones if needed.
Is there anybody who would like the headphones? Okay. So we don't need to use that microphone unless someone comes in and does. Good.
I think
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, concerns about sort of what we're up to today? Sort of how we're going to do it? Okay, Joanne. Over to Joanne for sort of presentation on the budget.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody.
And I have to say that this might be a strategy worth thinking about in the future. This is the most people ever present to see a budget presentation. So we're going to do it quickly. I hope. Up to go back and down to go forward, Bob?
Yeah, down forward.
Okay, so point of the budget presentation is to give you a little update of where we are in the process and a little bit background on how we got there. So I'm going to do this quite quickly. We are guided by a set of principles and established by policy. And as you can see up there, there's a list of them. We protect the national environment. We want to be responsible for the needs of our citizens. We want to be innovative and creative in delivering our services and financing capital projects. So that's we want to ensure the service levels and the funding are sustainable. We want to maintain our infrastructure in a proper state of repair. And we want to ensure property taxes are equitable and strive to strike a balance between what we can afford and what we demand for service providers. And we want to try to live within our means, which is always a big challenge. The budget itself is really a never-ending cycle. This is established by policy when we are to do things, and in a nutshell, we really do begin our budget process in July. And then by beginning of November, Council is looking at the first draft. Through November, December, January, Council is considering the budget and asking for input. And then finally, we roll around to April, where the statutory duties are required, setting the tax rates and passing the bylaws. And then we start all over again in July, after the Senate tax. To start this process off, Council gave us some directives, and a few of them, just for context, are everything from your 2 to 5 is inflated across the board at 1.5%, except for salaries and benefits, which are inflated at 2%. That's just for want of better numbers and a recognition that there is inflation involved. Current services, which we maintain in our draft budget. New tax revenue estimate is at 1.5%, and that is new tax revenue derived from new properties that are created through subdivision and the like. The 2000 budget was to include, the 2009 portion of that 5-year plan was to include what we believe is the current year inflation, which is reflected in anticipated salary increases, price increases that we know of, council remuneration plan that was established, and the other economic influences. The new reserve that is to be was to be started is to begin in 2009 and carry through to 2019, I believe it is, 17 or 19, and it will add an incremental or an increase to our taxes every year in the amount of 1.5%. So right off the top, that's what you're looking at by policy, and the purpose of that is for the capital replacement renewal fund. That goes back to that commitment of looking after our assets. And we inherited a lot of assets when we were incorporated, and we have since added to them and need to find a save for the replacement or the renewal. Council also said we would do all of that within a certain framework. And their comfort zone was 4.5% effective increase. That effective portion means the amount that most taxpayers will feel. The real increase in that equation is about 6%. So that's 6% less 1.5% that we think is the new tax rate that's coming in. So the taxpayer 1 year to the next should only feel the effective 1.5% increase. And when we delivered our budget in November to Council for their consideration, we had accomplished that. We were pleased with it. We did a good job. And basically without doing a lot of damage to our current service level. So what's in this budget is only minor adjustments to the current level of service. We have included safety additions in the budget, specifically what we call hazard mitigation, and they are funded from surplus because there's things that need to be done and they cause an increase